So I walk into an elevator and then there's a gentleman to my side and he's like, "Hi, I'm Zarek. I'm the head of IT at Five Guys." And I immediately put my phone away and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Vishal. I'm the founder and CEO of Checkmate." We were both going up to our rooms there and he's like, "So what do you do?" So I said, "We at Checkmate, we integrate third-party platforms like Grubhub, Uber, DoorDash, etc. to the POS systems." He's like, "Do you do this for Uber?" I said, "Yes, we do." He said, "Do you mind coming back down with me? I have my colleagues at the bar that I would like for you to speak with." That's the entire story. That's how we landed our first enterprise client.
No way. Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I'm your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We started this show back in 2017 with a deep belief in what we call digital hospitality. We believe that every business, especially brick and mortar businesses like restaurants, needs to build digitally first. We also believe that every business is in the hospitality business, whether they know it or not. When I started this show, no one was listening. We had a crazy idea that a restaurant could become a media company, but more importantly, we started the show to connect with smart people that we could learn from, leaders in the hospitality space, leaders in the technology space, leaders in the storytelling space. If you're new to the show, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you've been listening for the last 8 years, thank you. We're grateful. I'm really excited because today we have the CEO and founder of Checkmate. His name is Vishal Agarwal. Thank you so much for being here. Your brand processed over 700 million orders. You service over 2,400 restaurant brands, and you guys are building something that is extremely impressive for our space. So I can't wait to learn a little bit more about how you think about technology, how you think about the industry, and more importantly, the tools that you're using to help restaurant owners give better hospitality. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Was really looking forward to speaking. You mentioned you started 8 years ago. I started this company 10 years ago. And likewise, no one was by, right? So I hear you on the journey. It's certainly fun to build something. It's hard, but that's what's fulfilling.
Bring me back to the thesis. You know, every entrepreneur has that jumping off the cliff moment where you believe when no one else believes, but that is your thesis, and that's what makes you chase and pull that thread. Bring us to the beginning of Checkmate.
So, Sean, what I started off with was an idea to build a mobile app that you could use to pay and split your check using your phone. So when you're dining in restaurants, after the meal, you have to, "Hey, can I get a check?" They get you your check, they leave, you have to split all of that, right? What happened was I was at this San Francisco, very ironically, that's where all the great ideas happen, right? So I was at the SFO airport and I was eating a meal, but I was about to miss my flight because I couldn't find a waiter to pay my check, right? Literally, that's where the idea came from. So the idea was to build everything in the mobile app where you would get the check on your phone. You could just swipe, pay, and walk out, or you could split. That's why the name Checkmate. That was the first idea. And started this in late 2015, early 2016. Like I was saying, went door to door here in New York City. I love the background, by the way. This is home for me as well. So went door to door here trying to sell and got thrown out of quite a few restaurants, but that's how you learn and explore. That was the starting point, Sean. That's when I wanted to build something to help. And honestly, my thesis was I come from an e-commerce retail background, and my understanding of the landscape was restaurant industry is quite behind in adoption of new technology. And it's not because of a fault of their own. It's because, startup guys like me have come and have promised the earth and the moon and everything in between and then failed to deliver. But I was going door to door trying to sell the solution. And then one of our restaurant operators came to me and said, "Hey, you seem like a nice guy, but what you're selling me is a nice to have. The real problem I have is I have this counter full of tablets. So Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Caviar, Amazon, Chow Now, everyone's got a tablet for me. And lunchtime, all my guys are doing are accepting orders on these tablets and punching it into the POS.
So explain the photo.
It's a quick service restaurant where you're supposed to go up to the counter and place an order for your burrito, your taco, but you can't see the person behind the counter because it's literally a wall of tablets.
Oh, wow.
And you talked about hospitality, and we literally built a wall between us and the customer. And someone sitting at home can reach us faster than somebody who's made the effort to walk up to a counter. Right. So that was the first problem. So our primary solution was integrating all of these third-party platforms, Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of those, directly to the POS system of restaurants. Today, we work with some of the largest brands in the country, like Wendy's, Popeyes, all of its buyer brands, Five Guys, White Castle, Jets Pizza, servicing them primarily with this solution.
Running a restaurant today is a team sport, and we all need the right playbook to win. That's why I'm proud to partner with the National Restaurant Association show. If you want a real operational advantage, you need to be at the Kitchen Innovation Showroom this May. These Kitchen Innovation Awards represent the best in AI, automation, and sustainable equipment, all vetted by industry experts to ensure they have a real financial impact on your bottom line. The smart move is to register early. The Advanced Expo badge is only $149 through April 6th, and you can use my exclusive code SEAN26 to save an extra $26. This offer is for operators only and is valid through May 7th. Secure your spot today at thenationalrestaurantshow.com. I'll see you in Chicago.
Can you share a story about one of those brands, a Wendy's, a Popeyes, a KFC? Selling enterprise software is much different than selling to someone like me that owns Cali Barbecue, and we have 3 locations in San Diego. The sales cycle for SMB versus mid-market versus enterprise is much different landscape. Can you share the challenges that you have selling to major brands that have lots of different locations, lots of different infrastructure, and then tell us a story about one of the wins?
I'll tell you the story, and it's not going to be anything like you think is coming. I promise you. By the way, we were just in San Diego mid last year. I'd gone there with my 4-year-old son.
Amazing.
He loves the zoo, and he absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the zoo. He could not get
the best place. My kids love it too.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was, late 2017, early 2018. I was still working. Obviously, we just got our start, and this solution was working well. And I got invited to a conference in Dallas. And I'm like, I don't have the time. I can barely get off my chair because we're drowning in customers, and, great problem to have. But I said, I have to get out at some point, right? Yeah. So I flew there. I went to a conference, and my personal cell phone was the customer support. So people were texting me, calling me, all of that, right? So I walk into an elevator, and I have this message from a customer like, hey, this is not working. And I'm trying to respond. And then there's a gentleman to my side, and he's like, hi, I'm Zarek. I'm the head of IT at Five Guys. And I immediately put my phone away, and I'm like, hi, I'm Vishal. I'm the founder and CEO of Checkmate. And we were both going up to our rooms there, and he's like, so what do you do? So I said, we at Checkmate, we integrate third-party platforms like Grubhub, Uber, DoorDash, etc., to the POS systems. It's like, do you do this for Uber? I said, yes, we do. He said, do you mind coming back down with me? I have my colleagues at the bar that I would like for you to speak with.
Sure.
That's the entire story. That's how we landed our first enterprise client.
No way.
That was our first ever enterprise client for Checkmate. Hi, guys.
What?
This is a true elevator story.
Come on.
When people tell me like, hey, you should have your elevator pitched out, I was like,
I got the elevator pitch.
I got the elevator pitched out. It's such a folklore between Five Guys and Checkmate now that I think we celebrated our 5-year anniversary a couple of years ago. There was a conference in Vegas, so we all met there and had dinner. The team there presented me the blueprint of the first ever elevator that was designed
No way.
to commemorate how we first met.
That is so cool.
So yes, incredible team, incredible partnership. But that is how we landed our first enterprise customer. None others after that have been as fortuitous, so to say.
Oh my
But
God.
you're right. It is a long sales cycle. That's not what you expected.
I have so many things. We have so many tech clients that are trying to break into the enterprise sales. And if I just tell them, listen, you're just not going to enough conferences. And when you go to the conference, don't go to the conference, go to the elevator. You're just missing the whole point.
I know. No, but I think, again, right place, right time. But I truly think with enterprise clients, you don't sell, they buy. All those who think that, hey, you can sell to enterprise, no. You have to make yourself available. You have to make sure that they know the value you provide,
Yeah.
but they will buy as per their bite side. And, for the better or for worse, we have not been able to build a very good sales culture in this organization. But what I've always told our team is be focused on being available, servicing them right, answering their questions. It could be 3 months, it could be a short elevator ride, or it could be 2 years. But I think they buy from people they trust and they value the judgment of. And that's what I've learned when we sold into an Arby's or a Wendy's. With Popeyes, we went through a 6-month RFP process, right, where we actually had to show our product in the real world. So there's nothing like that experience.
Can you share a little bit more about customization and service, not just the tech, how important that is to what you're building?
It's everything, right? With enterprise, as soon as you start thinking about like, hey, I have a SaaS solution. It's an off-the-shelf solution. Take it. That's where it all falls apart.
Yeah.
What you have to provide to an enterprise client is an answer to their problem. You don't have to provide your SaaS solution.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pain point. Can you solve it? Right? Now, with your tech solution, I believe it solves 80% of the problems, give or take. You still have to customize it 20%, right? But Sean, we were never the largest player. For the longest time, I would confirm or deny it, but my largest customers thought I was a single guy sitting in a basement coding. And I'm not even an engineer. So that's totally false. I may be sitting in a basement, but I wasn't coding. It's all about how you understand their problem and customize that last 20% to solve their pain point, right? However, the one thing that, like I was saying, like we were never the largest player, although is the biggest player in our space. But how we've won over so many clients, like in Arby's or Wendy's or Popeyes, going head to head with this large player is through our mantra of service. Say, we have a platform, but you don't have to use this platform to solve your problem. We are an extension of your team. Tell us what to do and we will do. If you want to do it, go ahead, do it yourself too. No customers take us up on that, right? Because of course, if they can just tell us to do it and we can do it, they would love it. But our entire mantra has been a free proof of concept, a free pilot, backed by a high degree of serviceability of the solution. So you have a problem, we have a solution. Usually how the tech world revolves is you have a problem, I have a tech solution to. Right? So that's it's incredibly important to make sure that you put forward your value of service in what you're bringing to the client.
At the drive-thru, small changes add up fast. A few cents here and there across thousands of orders, and you're talking real money. Recently, we ran a full-cycle experiment with a national QSR brand using Checkmate digital menu boards, side by side against the baseline. Same stores, same time frame, and in just 30 days, average check size increased by nearly $1. That's about a 6% lift. No extra labor, no slower lines, just digital menu boards surfacing the right add-ons and offers at the right moment. If you want your menu working as hard as your team does, learn more at itsacheckmate.com.
So many people talk about menus as design problems or marketing problems. Can you talk about having serviced thousands of locations and menus across all of these major brands? How do menus break operationally?
We've spent over 2.5 years now trying to build a solution to this problem, right? POSs are great. They are the heartbeat of every restaurant, right? They live at the center of every restaurant. But the menus live inside the POS.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the menus are captive. They're in the jail of the POS. That entire concept, Sean, was built, as I'm sure you would know, when 95% of your customers walked into your four walls and ate, right? Now there's an explosion of digital channels.
Mm-hmm.
That ecosystem is not built to surface your menus to the best possible capabilities that each of these digital channels can service and accept your customers. You've got your first party, you've got your third party, you've got your mobile, you've got your digital menu board, you've got your kiosk, you've got your drive-through, you've got your CarPlay. You can send your menu to 15 different places.
Yep.
But you can't customize it from the POS.
Yeah.
So the way we've thought about this is POS is still the source of truth until it needs to be. We extract the menu out of it. And now let's customize the menu to make sure that we can maximize on the capabilities of every single channel. What I mean by that is, if you have a kiosk, you may want your menu presented in a different format on the kiosk versus how you would want it on Uber Eats. You may want it presented in a slightly different way on the digital menu boards, right? That's the solution we've developed to be able to extract. We call that everywhere. And I saw this problem roughly about 3 years ago. It was like the menu is just captive inside the POS. How do we break it free?
Yeah.
And by breaking it free, now we are substantially empowering the restaurant brands to take advantage of all of the different channels that they can sell their products on. Where it fundamentally breaks is once you start having the lowest common denominator of the menu that gets pushed to all of the channels, and it looks horrible everywhere. For better or for worse, I order at Uber Eats or a DoorDash at least 3 to 4 times a week, right?
So I have young kids. We do as well.
It's not for the kid, it's for me, but sure.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So once or twice a month I cycle through to Panera, right? And I do see the difference of the menu on the first party side versus what's available on Uber Eats.
Yep.
And Sean, when we talk about a brand is a very generic thing.
Yeah.
Menu is a very specific element of the brand. When you talk about a brand, the one thing that goes through my mind is consistency. No matter which Apple store I go to in the world,
yes,
I will have the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to order a restaurant's food from their first party versus an Uber Eats versus the kiosk, why should the experience be different?
Couldn't agree more.
So that's where I think fundamentally it breaks, because the source from which they're managing is very flawed.
When you think about artificial intelligence, how it comes into our space, what do you want people to know about what Checkmate's building in 2026 with artificial intelligence?
Right. The most common refrain you'll hear is, hey, restaurant operators are not equipped to take advantage of this AI wave that's sweeping across the world, right?
Sure.
And that's not true.
I agree.
That's not true, because today, even we as laymen use AI hundreds of times in a day without knowing it.
100%.
Right? So I think it is our responsibility as restaurant tech solution providers to provide solutions to restaurant operators such as yourselves that just plugs in and works. It doesn't matter if it's AI or not, but we know that at the back end, AI is making this whole solution much more efficient.
Yes.
Right? We have our drive-through AI solution now, right? You can drive up to a restaurant, you can have a very normal conversation with the AI and place your order, right? The restaurant operator does not have to do anything.
Yeah.
They have to shut off. So they are using AI, but not in the sense of they're literally tapping buttons or doing something. But AI is enabling them. AI is helping them to serve the guest who's walked into the four walls better and freeing up the capacity. It's a very common myth I hear, oh, drive-through AI is going to help us save labor. Sean, tell me any restaurant brand or QSR brand in the world that is overstaffed.
But none of them. None of them.
How are you going to save laborers? It brings efficiency. It helps you upsell. It helps you increase your check size. But it works in a way that's so seamlessly plugged in. So the restaurant staff is still listening. They've got the headset on.
Yeah.
But they're tuned out. Right? So that's where the fun part comes in. We are launching our AI-powered DMBs, which self-optimizes, which serves as an experimentation engine. Now, the operators don't have to do anything. We will design the experiments. We will do different menus, day parts. We will do different layouts. We will see what works, and we will optimize it. And we will use AI to optimize. So this myth that the restaurant industry is not ready for AI, that's false. And I think it really falls on us to bring these solutions to the forefront.
When I say digital hospitality, what does that mean to you?
It's no different, right, John, from how you normally service your customers or engage with your patrons, right? Whether you want to engage with them in store, like, hey, I hope you had a good meal.
Yeah.
Right? Digital hospitality to me means being available to your customers where they are comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? So we were having this discussion with a brand and they said, oh, well, kiosks are not for us. I'm saying, great, kiosk may not be for you. But we're not telling you that every customer that comes in, you have to force them to use a kiosk.
Yeah.
But there may be some customers who would like to use a kiosk, make it available to them.
Yep.
But the others who would like to still go up to the counter, speak to a human and place an order, by all means do that.
Yep.
So digital hospitality means consistency and omnipresence where the customers would like to.
So true. I mean,
and
when we travel and we go and we see kiosks, I remember when kiosks first came out at airports, my wife was like, well, do you want me to fly the plane too? But that was just the initial response to the technology. But now we much would prefer to go to the kiosk because it's faster. I don't have to go wait in line, and I know how to I know how to put the tag on my bag and put it. And why not give people the option? 100%.
Sean, I am born and brought up in India. I only moved here 14 years ago. I, for the longest time, was not comfortable ordering to a human person because I didn't know what I wanted. And the menus are so
Confusing.
enormous
Yeah.
here, right? And confusing, right? So even when I would just go to a Grubhub or an Uber Eats and order from there. So kiosks were great for me. I could take my time, I could understand, and then place an order, right?
True.
So just, you don't know exactly what every customer of yours wants. Just be available to them.
Well, Vishal, can't wait to have you back on the podcast. This was not enough time. You are an absolute gem. I love what you're building at Checkmate. I appreciate you taking the time. If anybody's watching this or listening, please reach out to Checkmate. We'll put links into the article, into the show notes, so that you can connect with the team. Vishal, are there any shows that you guys are going to be at that people should know about? We have a lot of listeners that frequent all the major trade shows throughout the year. So let us know where we should find you.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be there at Food on Demand and a couple of other shows.
Perfect.
The team is still
figuring that out. All right. Food on Demand for sure in Dallas. We will be there as well.
Yes.
Vishal, thank you so much. If you guys want to reach out to me at Sean P. Walchef, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the platforms, you can email me, Sean at calibbq.media. If you know any guests that are building something for the hospitality industry that we should highlight, or if you know any great storytellers or restaurateurs, we are always looking for great guests on this show. Vishal, any parting words for the restaurant owners and operators that are out there living the grind and looking for some hope in 2026?
It's not as bleak. It's not as bleak. Just show up every day, work hard consistently.
I couldn't agree more.
It's not as bleak.
I actually think it's the greatest time to ever be up.
It is.
Like the amount of humans and smart humans and the technology this is the greatest time to be building, honestly.
100% agree.
Yeah. Vishal, thank you so much. As always, stay curious, get involved, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you guys next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this long, you are part of the community. You're part of the tribe. We can't do this alone. We started, no one was listening. Now we have a community of digital hospitality leaders all over the globe. Please check out our new series called Restaurant Technology Substack. It's a Substack newsletter. It's free. It's some of our deep work on the best technology for restaurants. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe to Cali Barbecue Media. Cali BBQ Media on YouTube. We've been putting out a lot of new original content. Hopefully you guys like that content. If you want to work with us, go to betheshow.media. We show up all over the United States, some international countries. We would love to work with you and your growing brand on digital storytelling. You can reach out to me anytime at Sean P. Walchef on Instagram. I'm weirdly available. Stay curious, get involved. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you next episode.